What's up, good people? Welcome to another video. I'm Rob Stewart and I'm here to help you get your skin and your overall health back on track. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys a what I ate today video. This is my current diet. This is how I've been staying eczema free for 8 years. And it's going to be a little bit different style of a video today. By request, you guys have been asking me to show you one of my higher carbohydrate days where I intake more carbohydrates than your typical keto or carnivore diet. Now, for those of you who don't know, I have a pretty carnivore-ish style diet. I focus on eating bioavailable animal foods as my main source of calories. Sometimes I am in a deep ketogenic phase, meaning I don't have any overt carbohydrates at all. But once in a while, from week to week, from day to day, I like to cycle in some carbs. So some cyclical carb cycling with my ketogenic carnivore-ish style diet. It does me really good. Today I'm going to be doing it because I'm going to be having a huge cardiovascular day. I'm heading off into the wilderness. I'm going to go on a long hike, probably somewhere between 6 and 8 hours up and down trails with a backpack on. It's going to be a lot of hard work. I'm going to burn a lot of calories. And for me personally, when I do this, I like to sometimes add a little bit of carbohydrates before my long hike and then at dinner that night. It really helps my digestion, it really helps my performance, and it also really helps my recovery. So the way this day is gonna go down is I'm gonna have my breakfast. Usually I don't have breakfast, but today it's about 9:30. I'm gonna have a big breakfast. I'm gonna load my body up with good fats, lots of protein, and I'm gonna use some carbohydrates that I know work really well for me. For the day, I'm probably gonna be right around 100 grams of total carbohydrates, which is still a pretty high fat range and still pretty low carb. But that's how I like to do my carb cycling. Go from 0 overt carbs to about 100 on chosen days. So I'm gonna eat breakfast, then I'm gonna hop in the adventure van, I'm gonna drive off into the wilderness, I'm gonna go on a long adventure, and then I'm gonna cook dinner while I'm out there, and then I'm just gonna have a wonderful sleep, drive back in the morning time. One of the things I wanna highlight in today's video for you guys is how I can travel so much, because a lot of you guys know that I travel a lot. I go on a lot of adventures. I spend a lot of time in the deep backwoods in the outdoors. But during that time, I do not skimp on my diet. I eat super clean. I take fresh food with me. And I have some specific tools that I use when I'm out camping or when I'm out having an adventure that allow me to eat super clean and cook my food perfectly and make it taste really, really good. Today, I'm gonna be cooking my dinner on the Nexgrill 2-burner Fortress, which is a badass little portable grill from Nexgrill. It's made out of cast aluminum, so it's super light. I can take this thing anywhere and it's got plenty of room to grill just like I grill at home. This thing takes my on the road adventure and outdoor cooking to a whole nother level. It allows me to hop in the adventure van, go anywhere I want, and never skimp on taste and never skimp on the quality of my food. I'm gonna eat some breakfast, then I'm gonna tell you about it, and then I'm gonna hit the road. Okay. Okay, so I'm very satisfied, and like I said, I don't normally eat this early in the morning, but it tasted really good. And I feel ready for a big day of driving and a big day of adventuring. Let me tell you about the meal that I just had. So the meal that I just had is a family recipe. It's called kielbasa. And what it is it's kielbasa sausage that's hormone and nitrate and processed free, ultra clean beef sausage, some regular potatoes, and some sauerkraut. And you just throw that in the crock pot and you let it marinate for a couple days, and then you just eat it right up. As you saw, the portion on my plate was mostly the beef, sauerkraut, and a little bit of the potatoes. Along with that, I had my mom's famous apple salad, which is celery, apples, and a little bit of fat-based secret sauce, which if you want that recipe, you're gonna have to wait for it. But it's a super simple meal. So it was the apple salad, and I had a small portion of that mixed with the kielbasa crock pot meal, and that was my breakfast. So as you saw, I added some carbohydrates at the beginning of my day, plus my healthy meats and my healthy fats. I'm feeling really good, and now I'm ready to hit the road. So if you guys are enjoying this content, remember to subscribe, remember to share, remember to hit that notification bell, and leave all of your comments and questions down below. I'm in the adventure van. I got my food for the day in the refrigerator, and I have the Fortress grill in the back. It hardly takes up any space. And I'm just getting my gear ready before I head out. And I just want to reiterate a few things for this video. My diet and the diet that I share with you guys is what works for me at this time. And I am in a constant state of making sure my biomarkers are staying super healthy and staying on the right track. And I'm always going to be in a place of refinement and adjustment with my own personal diet. Basically, it stays the same, but there's little adjustments that I make from time to time. For instance, today I'm eating a lot more carbs than I normally do, probably around 100 grams. On a typical day, when I'm doing my more carnivore style diet and it's deep into keto, I might go a week, 2 weeks, sometimes even 3 weeks without having zero overt carbohydrates. That's what works really good for me. But that doesn't mean it'll work perfectly for you. You have to experiment with your biomarkers and check your data and see what works best for you, what makes you feel the best, what makes your digestion, your sleep, your hormones, your sex drive, your energy, your fitness work at its highest level. Some of you might do way better on a strict carnivore diet. Some of you guys might do way better on a carnivore-ish style diet with a few carbohydrates in it. And some other of you guys might just do well on a good old-fashioned paleo or ketogenic diet. You got to do some experimentation and you got to see what works for you. All right, for those of you guys who are wondering, I got this little sucker, the 2-burner Nexgrill, the Fortress, the cast aluminum one, the little portable guy that I'm using in today's video. I got this guy at Costco. It's super cheap, super easy to put together. It's been really useful. Okay, so I'm about 8 hours deep into my hike. I'm on my way back to camp. A lot harder hike than I thought it was gonna be. I went through almost a gallon of water and I got really hungry and I forgot to film it, and I had a couple, probably 10 ounces of beef jerky, uncured high-end beef jerky from a farmer that lives about 2 hours away. So I'm ending my hike. Well, I'm not ending it because I still got quite a ways to walk, probably another hour and a half. But I'm head back to camp, and then I'm gonna start making dinner. And I'm really looking forward to it. This hike took a lot out of me. There was lots of terrain changes. It was super steep. I ran into quite a bit of people. I'm usually out here all by myself, which was weird. I think that's because the coronavirus and everyone's out camping. But it was a good day. I am totally worn out, but feeling amazing. It's so healing to get out in nature, to get vitamin D, direct sunlight, to breathe in the fresh air, to look at green, natural, non-geometric shapes. This is my happy place, and it's been an absolutely wonderful day. All right, back at camp, and I'm gonna start getting dinner ready. I'm super excited to grill, and I can't wait to show you guys what I'm eating here out on my adventure day. All right, so that was my delicious dinner. We had some corn on the cob, we had some delicious shrimp with a little lemon and salt and a tiny bit of pepper put on top of it, and then 2 8-ounce filet mignons. the Nexgrill Fortress 2.0 2-burner, that thing is what I take with me every time I go camping, every time I go out on adventures. It is awesome. It's got a little temperature gauge on top, a thermometer, and you can control each side almost perfectly. So my steaks were going on really hot. I like to keep my corn on a lower heat, and then, you know, the shrimp, they cook up so fast, it doesn't really matter. But that was my day of eating right there, and it's starting to get pretty cold. It's starting to get pretty dark. And I'm gonna call it a day. But I popped on Cronometer, and it looks like my carb intake went up to about 95 total carbs for the entire day. So if you remember, it was a tiny bit of potatoes and sauerkraut with my breakfast lunchy type of thing. Actually, it was a full-on breakfast today. And I had a little bit of the apple salad with the celery, and then I had the corn. And all of those carbs only went up to 95 grams, so still a pretty low carb, high fat, high protein day. I had 10 ounces of jerky while on my hike, and I'm completely satisfied. I am not hungry in any way, shape, or form. I'm actually exhausted. It's getting cold, it's getting dark, and I am ready to read a little bit of my book and fall asleep. So thanks for watching the video today, guys. Remember to leave all of your comments and questions down below. Remember to subscribe and share. You can get that Nexgrill Fortress at Costco. That's where I got it. It was really affordable. It was super easy to put together, and it works like a freaking charm. Takes up no space. It goes everywhere I go. It's always in my van. For those of you looking to get a hold of me to become a private client, there's a link in the description box for a consultation. There's a link in the description box for Skinessa. There's a link in the description box for the 3 Phases workbook. You can find all of my offerings down below. On Instagram, I'm Stuart, Rob Stewart, but in real life, I'm just plain old Rob Stewart. And I have a middle name too, but you guys will have to guess what that is. Anyway, guys, I'll be back with many more videos really soon. Peace.